Hello everyone, this is a Steven Universe Theory video on how strong is Lapis. And I know there are a huge number of people out there that do go with that Lapis being the strongest gem. Now that is being the strongest non-fused diamond gem. She's not a fusion and she's not a diamond, so it also debunks that the fact that she's the blue diamond theory or whatever, but I know that's been debunked a while back. And if there's any other character that we just haven't seen that's probably going to be stronger than her, if that's possible, there are a bunch of people out there that go with that Lapis is the strongest gem. I'm also with those people. I made a video a while back of talking about who's the strongest gem of these gems that we know of so far, and I had a kind of a poll or a voting system where, tell me who you think is the strongest, and I'm still getting comments to this day where it's just nothing but Lapis here and there. So it kind of goes with that Lapis is possibly the strongest gem because she doesn't have too many powers. She just has the power that matters the most, at least on Earth, because I talked about this in the same video I mentioned earlier, saying that there's a high possibility that Homeworld is the complete opposite of Earth. And what I mean by that is our Earth that we know of, that we're living on right now, is 70% water and then 30% Earth or land or whatever. Homeworld could be the complete opposite. It could be 70% Earth and land for all the kindergartens they need to have, or probably even more, and 30% water, if not a lot less, because, well, gems don't need to sleep, drink, or eat anything like that. They don't need to do all that stuff. So they don't need water so much unless it's for specific things. They could use it, yeah, but they don't essentially need it. So on Homeworld, Lapis might not be the strongest gem. Or I should say Lapis Lazulis aren't the strongest gems. But on Earth, our Lapis is just a complete monster. We've seen her with the cracked gem, which I question just a bit because it makes me wonder. She's had a cracked gem for over 5,000 years and more, especially when she was walking about when Stephen freed her and all that stuff. She had a cracked gem. She took an entire ocean, had the power to do that, stopped Garnet right in her tracks for a good minute or two, broke Greg's legs due to the fight later on the next day, still was a cracked gem, made an entire elevator or tower out of the ocean that she took all the way up in, not to space I want to say, but to the point where you look at it from that angle, it looks like that you're in space so much, to the point where there's pretty much no more clouds. That's how far. So the point to where, like, planes aren't even flying so much. And with all that, she made water clones. She didn't fight herself. She made clones of the gems to fight the gems, and they were either equal or stronger than the gems. Amethyst lost to the clone, Garnet was struggling a bit, and Pearl was kind of keeping up, but we know that she was having a bit of trouble. As I said earlier, Greg broke his legs. The kids stood no chance, as you could probably see right there, drown the children, whatever. And Lion kind of banged up Greg's van in the process as well. And as again and before, this was all with the cracked gem. The other times that we had cracked gems was with Amethyst. We had an entire episode where we were trying to fix that problem, her cracked gem, and she was literally breaking apart. She was falling apart and all this stuff. She can barely move so much. And Eyeball, she got a cracked gem in a recent episode, and within just like 5 seconds, she was already glitching and her body was just messing up and all this stuff. And that was just within just a few minutes or seconds with cracked gems with those characters. Lapis has had one for forever, pretty much, and nothing terrible has happened to her. So much of her body, so much. The only thing that we see that's, visibly noticeable is just, well, her color's darker, though that just might be the lighting of the area so much. But the biggest one is that her eyes, they're mirror-like, and we just don't see her actual eyeballs or pupils. Unless that's actually connected to something, I don't know what. I might go into that a little bit deeper. But anyway, I've pretty much talked about so much about Lapis and how strong she is and all this other stuff, and, stopping Garnet, being able to keep up with the gems with no problems, just with clones, for that matter, of water, not even herself. That would be scary if it was herself, though. I don't think that Lapis is physically strong all that much, as I could probably tell. I mean, yeah, she could lift Steven and have him fly on his back with no problem, though. I don't think that, she's like super strength like Garnet or Jasper or some other fusion that we know of. I don't think that. But besides her physical strength so much, as talked about a lot earlier, her water powers, it's pretty much the only power that she has so far. I know flying is her thing, but that's also including her water power because she makes her wings out of the water. She doesn't essentially need water around her to make the wings, so yeah, it's kind of a secondary power. She can fly, simple as that. And I know there was a theory out there, I don't remember the specific guy or video, but it was talking about how, like, Lapis could technically travel at the speed of light due to it. It was a more scientific theory. It was more like that compared to what I do instead of just talking. That person had really good evidence, and I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking the same thing for a bit, for almost a month so much. It's like, did she actually fly that fast to Homeworld? But I know it's just most likely that she landed on another planet with gem culture, or that was colonized and used a warp pad, most likely. That's the most possible way that she did it. But anyway, yeah, she has the water power. She can fly and all this stuff pretty fast, actually. And the other thing is I could bring up is that she has an extreme willpower. It's incredible. I know willpower is not something that we see so much within this show. This isn't One Piece for that matter. But Lapis has a lot of will to go on. As we all know, she, with no real hesitation, took Jasper with her, made the fusion of Malachite, took Jasper with her to the bottom of the sea, and literally kept her down there for months. Actual months within Steven's show. And pretty much within our time. I think almost a year, pretty much. So, and she was doing all this. And eventually, yeah, Lapis was getting really tired, but she still pulled through with the chains and keeping her down. She did all this for months, and she didn't stop. Unless we know that the fusion broke or whatever, and they fused again somehow, Malachite was formed for a long, long time. So, and this was pretty much within the control of Lapis, mostly. It was sometimes Jasper, but mostly Lapis because she wanted to keep her down there. And Malachite. So, yeah, there's that. As said before, Lapis is considered to be the strongest gem, so it's not just me. There's a lot of people that back that up. I've stated all the evidence. I'm not like a scientist or anything, but, she's very powerful, can keep up with the gems just with clones so much, and water. Just with the cracked gem, she's still extremely powerful in anything. Without a cracked gem, she's probably twice as powerful, if not 3 times as powerful. Can fly with no real problem whatsoever, and it's pretty fast at flying as well. And her willpower is extremely powerful. So, with that done, let me know what you think in the comments below. Have any questions, comments, or concerns? I'll try to answer them the best I can. Want to draw any fan for the channel would be greatly appreciated. But until then, bye.